Welcome to the Caveman Chronicles Paranormal Podcast. We're doing episode 7. I have my co-host Butters here. The title of this episode, as it sits right now, as you know, we're doing the audio on Facebook, is going to be Paranormal Times, and I was going to add on to that. Now, if you're listening to this on YouTube, you already know what the title is because you've seen it before I've said it. Kind of, not really. I'm not even sure. I'm not thinking about it, guys, but you'll know what it is. Butters, before I even jump into the stuff that I have, and let me tell everybody what I have something that was brought to my attention today. I did a previous podcast with a paranormal investigator from here in New York State. His name was Larry, and as we were talking about things, he mentioned something in the news about, now I want to say South Korea they have this giant UFO, come to find out, that was too big to move or hide, so they just put a building around it. And Butters, I think you know where I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to say it anyways. And like I said, I'm staying on the straight and narrow today, people. But I think somebody mentioned ʀᴇᴱ. Okay, somebody said something. Somebody said something about a certain set of files, and then the media's like, okay, throw something shiny at the camera, and boom, now we have a giant UFO that's been hanging out in South Korea since the Cold War or something. I'll get into it.
So you think it's a diversion, if you will?
Oh, yeah, like everything. I think it's, and here we go. I'm not going to redact this, and I'm not going to have to edit it. I think it's poppycock. Okay, and that's coming from me, the guy who has 2 podcast episodes where I'm claiming to have been abducted by, abducted by aliens. So you go ahead, get that off your chest. Maybe you can haze me down in the comments if anybody ever actually hears this. I'm surprised nobody has sent in a comment on anything, probably because nobody has heard it. Anyway, you want me to dive right in, Butters, to this South Korean UFO?
Yeah, you might as well.
Now, I don't know why they didn't just turn it into a Dollar General or, a Walmart or something. That would have been interesting. But let's take well, maybe they don't have dollars. I don't know. I'm a stupid American.
A stupid fat American.
Well, yeah, that doesn't spice it up any.
Yeah, it does. Just a tiny bit.
Not that I'm going to have to put a link down here for anybody listening, but I will, to a site, or maybe 2, because I can't be the only one that's not aware that they're claiming a giant UFO sits in South Korea. Now, Larry,
so how long have they had it, though? Do you know? Did they
yes. I said since the Cold War, which is the 70s, I believe.
Okay, all right.
Now, Larry brought this up to me, and he said it like it's all over everything. Everybody's big news. Everything's big news, but I'm going to tell everyone, including yourself, Butters, I don't turn on the television much. There's nothing believable on the like if you're watching the television, what is it doing for you? It's just dividing everybody, and everyone is so simple that they just pick a side and run with it. You got 2 dogs biting at you, and you got to decide which one to pet. How about you just kick them both? That's figuratively. That's figuratively, by the way. I don't want PETA or anybody coming after me. I love animals. I hate people. So from there, let's magically transport back to South Korea. Here's a title beneath a picture on the website for the U.S. Sun. Now, it says, a giant building in South Korea has often been cited as a potential UFO storage facility. Now, the building's round, so, there has to be a UFO in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just because it's round.
It is round. So, case solved. Now, let's see here.
You said they put a building around it, and you were making fun of like Dollar General and this and that. Is there a sign in front of it stating what it might be? Like, not, of course, the UFO, but what kind of building it might be, like government, like you can't enter, so nobody can enter?
Okay, I'm sure the listeners already know, but your audio is bumping. I'm going to tell you that right now. What are they claiming the building is? He added that the U.S. president has also been made aware of alien-human hybrids allegedly living on Earth today. Oh, dear God.
Well, that's been around forever, though. That aspect.
No,
Everybody's been claiming aliens have been here since.
yeah, I know. It's now people are listening and they're like, "Oh, I thought this was a paranormal podcast. Why are these guys why are they disbelievers? I don't want to listen to this," because you should not believe anything blindly. Like if there's aliens here, let's hear it from the aliens. Do you really believe anything the government tells you?
Yeah,
Come on, Jesus.
some people do.
And speaking of Jesus, possibly paranormal. I'm not a religious man, but if this guy is going to show up again, this would be a good year to do it. Just a feeling.
Well, I didn't know if you knew this, Ken, but today is Ash Wednesday.
Oh, wow. Well, that hits me from the side there. I didn't realize that. I mean, it's not much meaning to me, even though
Yeah.
being raised Catholic, but no, I didn't know that. So interesting.
Yeah, 40 days and nights.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, that's all. I just didn't know if you knew. I just wanted to throw a curveball to you because you were talking about Jesus and religion anyway.
But I'm gonna digress because another thing that came up in a previous podcast is I'm gonna calm down a little bit. I'm gonna try to not attack so many people's beliefs. And nothing that was put to me bad. It's just that I think maybe.
Well, I wouldn't even. I mean, to them it would be attacking, but it's not. It's honestly, it's your opinion on what you think it is. Like, I mean, people are just gonna get mad thinking that you're attacking them, and you're not. It's the general idea of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like your opinion, man. If you've ever watched The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Let me go a little further into the UFO. I'm just going to go with no, I'm going to put this in the link because this isn't me. I'm reading from the U.S. Sun because I know as much as everybody else. Well, no, I know as much as you do. Everybody else listening may already know this. They're probably on the edge of their seat, believing every word of it. But he added that the U.S. president has also been made aware of alien-human hybrids allegedly living on Earth today. The lawmakers claim that an entire building has had to be built around the immovable flying saucer, which, I mean, come on. Okay, so people that theorize this whole thing, they believe it to be on the outskirts of, now I believe it's pronounced Seoul, maybe Seoul, South Korea. I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants to correct me. I don't care, but that's where it is, Seoul, South Korea. Investigative journalist Ross Coulthart made the original claim that the United States had possession of the extraterrestrial craft in an interview on the Project Unit podcast last November. Okay, I don't know anything about this.
It sounds like they're trying to not only cover things up, but make things like...
Turn it down a little bit, Butters. Step back like 4 feet. Step back 4 feet. Really, because people can't tell what you're saying.
It sounds like they're not only covering things up, they're trying to make their own Area 51.
Well, from what I just read, it's sounding like we now have possession of it.
Okay.
But
it's still in the country, or?
I don't know. Several UFO blogs and satellite sleuths have since pointed to the mysterious South Korean structure, which sits atop a mountain and is roughly 270 feet in diameter. It's rumored to house a massive crashed or landed extraterrestrial craft that is reportedly too large to transport, leading to a building being constructed around it for concealment. But South Korea researchers have disputed the claim, saying the facility dates back to the 1970s and has no connection to UFOs. He added that many such aviation installations exist across the country. So I don't know how much I'm going to run with that. I just wanted to look into it a little bit because it was news to me, and it didn't get me excited because I expected it. Nothing else has worked to turn people's attention away from what they want it to be away from. So they're like, let's release the aliens again, guys. And here we are. So that's not our news. That's national news. That's not even national. It's world news.
I mean, it's interesting, I guess, if you want to read, whatever.
I do. Like, I would want to read if I thought there was some legitimacy, but...
You know, by you saying that too, tabloids are almost non-existent anymore because tabloids are in the paper. Look at what you just read. That's worldwide news. Normally that'd be in the tabloid.
You know, I wonder, looking back, how much of that tabloid, that satire, quote unquote, news was actually them telling us the truth and knowing that we would not believe it because of how crazy it was.
For real. Like,
you know that. Let me hold on. I am pulling out my sticky notes, people, because no, Butters just gave me an idea that may span across one, two, or multiple podcasts. Tabloids. I'm going to look into tabloids.
Hell yeah, because they always had interesting. I remember you and me reading them, you know, at the grocery store when my mom was going shopping. We were doing weird shit, and we would just look at these things and we'd laugh with each other about it. Like, what?
I loved it. I loved it. I always wanted. Every time I saw Bat Boy on the cover of the Inquirer, I was like, you knew it was going to be a hot article.
But even you and me back then, we looked at each other and said the same things. What if these tabloids are actually the real news and what is really going on? When's if these?
Well, see, now I have to edit that out, but...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. You're German. I'm Irish. Things happen.
Hey, it was only the first one. I won't do it again.
Now, I'm going to say, because this is paranormal as well, talking about the tabloids, here's an example, and it goes into the whole angels and demons, and there's a playbook, and they have to tell people before they do things, regardless of how, like, you know, under the radar they tell you. As long as they tell you, they're okay to go ahead with it. Now, you've heard of this, right?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
So on that note, now you know the band Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, of course. Who doesn't?
So, I mean, I don't know if I'll go into it or I'll just have people go back and listen to it themselves. But that song, the lyrics back then in the 90s, gave us a huge clue as to everything that is at the forefront and the foundation of so many conspiracies going on right now. Is that just happenstance? Maybe, but it seems.
I never thought of that.
Oh no,
I never thought of that.
Well, go back and not even listen to the song, but maybe just look up the lyrics on Google. And when you read through them, you're going to be like, huh. Then there's a few songs like that because we're better to get the word out to everyone what you're going to do than either Hollywood or, I don't know, maybe Hollywood is also the music industry. It beats me. I don't care. But from somebody that has...
It might not be just that. I mean, you talking about that, look at the theories about The Simpsons. Apparently, they've you know, not, I don't want to say conjured up, but they definitely told the future, I guess, on certain things that actually ended up or similar happened.
I see what you're saying. Yes. Now I'm on the fence with this.
And that's why I asked you, because you brought it up and it reminded me. I was like, all right, let's get your opinion on this one then, because it's kind of the same concept.
Well, I see to a point where, and this is up into a certain point in time, and I don't know what that point is, but it's not now, that it seemed to legitimately fit the timeline. I mean, it was too uncanny. And then there were some things where it was kind of a stretch, but it's like, maybe. But now we have that problem where the waters have been muddied by AI.
Yes. So now you're getting back here, but yeah, you don't have to go down that route.
Right, but it's part of it. What I'm saying is people are creating an episode after an incident and saying that episode came out prior to. And it still works for most people because most people do not have the energy or the mental capacity to go back and look up. Like they don't investigate anything they share. Like if you see something on Facebook and it makes you feel warm and part of something, you just hit the share button. You don't even need to think. People don't think. They're like, well, maybe I should see if this is factual before I should. No, that doesn't matter. Facts do not mean nothing in 2026. It's all about your feelings, guys. The only thing that matters, God, the laryngitis is not going away.
No, it's about their safe space. Their little safe space.
Well, and we're better to just get in touch with your feelings in your safe space. That's great. Nobody can hurt you there. Take your coloring book and head on in. But we're getting on.
Whatever happened to beating each other and then becoming friends afterwards? Or just walking away and not talking anymore?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I don't think my safe space is going to be this alien installation in South Korea. Let me click on one more tab that I have open here. Nope, that's not interesting. Okay. Here we go again. Some more South Korea. Nah, it's the same stuff.
South Korea, though, they end up saying a lot of shit they have, which they really don't. They're just trying to get, you know.
You may be mistaking South Korea with North Korea.
Okay, well, okay, maybe I am.
Now, North Korea.
Because I started thinking, I'm like, if it's in, so all right, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure if it was in North Korea, they had just ripped the panels off that damn thing and. Yeah. But I'm not going to give props to North Korea, even though, you know, you're in a really rough time in your country when you look at places like Russia and North Korea, and you're like, you know what? Maybe they're not doing everything wrong. Like, you know.
I'm not touching that. That's all you.
I'm just saying, guys. Like,
yeah,
we're living in a soap opera. Go watch the movie Idiocracy. Put on The Simpsons, whatever. Let's abandon the South Korea UFO. I'll put a link or two. People can feel free to look at it. Is it really a UFO? Is it a Cold War storage building? Is it a future Dollar General coming to South Korea? I don't know. Could be.
It's a Dollar General that has all the unique stuff that, you know, the aliens don't want anymore.
Maybe. It's like a thrift store.
Yeah, an alien thrifty store.
Now, let me get into something. Well, actually, no. I'm pushing it back a little more. I want to touch on the previous podcast we had with Larry, the paranormal investigator. The thing that I was going to mention to you, Butters, is now this guy is not far from me, possibly a couple hours, and he's in a direction that I normally go anyways between points that I visit here in New York. And he still investigates, not as like an official group, but he has friends that he has done this with before that were in groups. And yes, I am talking about paranormal investigation. Do I need to necessarily believe in it to enjoy it? No, I'm the skeptic that wants to believe, but he has put out the offer for myself and a handful of people that want to join me to go up sometime over the course of the spring and or summer, fall, whatever, and do investigations with him. Excuse me again, him and a handful of his friends, investigators.
Oh,
now, I'm not going to go through and mention the places he told me about, but these are legitimate places that I've heard about. I've read about them. They have claims. Tons of different researchers have been there, and he's actually sent me video and audio from some of the investigations, which I will be linking at some point to that previous podcast, Paranormal Investigation. So if you're looking at that other one, the links aren't there yet. They will be. I have to put things into files. I have to reformat or
we
something.
Got a thumbs up from somebody.
Yeah. Thank you there, thumbs up. That maybe it's from Leo. Oh, Leo.
No, I think it was a female. I saw a picture, but it didn't say who.
Oh, was a girl? Anyway. Sorry. I was making fun of Butters.
Either way.
Okay, so this summer we have the option of checking out some really cool places. One of which, I think they're either hosting quote-unquote ghost hunters again, or they weren't and they may be. You know what? I'm going to stop apologizing. If my voice cracks and I sound like an angry, prepubescent, 60-year-old miser or something, you're going to have to deal with it, guys, because I've got...
Together, that just makes it more paranormal.
Yeah. After 20 podcasts, pretty much nonstop, one or two a day, my voice is even starting to strain. Now, with that, they were saying one of these places, I could have the honor, I was told, of hunkering down in the basement with my sleeping gear, and that would be my investigation area. I'm all for that. I'm going to tell you now, though, some ghost comes at me while I'm trying to sleep, that furnace is going to catch these hands. You know what I mean?
I don't think that ghost is going to catch anything.
Well, something in that basement is going to take these hands. I'm telling you. I'll be swinging on power boxes. I will. Well, I didn't say the ghost, Butters. Like I'll discuss why.
I get you.
Right. I will discuss why, in fact, I cannot harm the ghost. But this is what I was told, and it makes sense. There's a scientific, attachment to this claim. But I'm saying something like that happens, and I feel that I'm being harmed by a ghost. You know, I'm going out swinging. I'm going to punch the water heater.
Just bring some sage. You got to burn sage.
Yeah, I guess I could bring some sage. I'm not sure how.
Sage, I think, is better if I'm thinking correctly.
Well, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there, Jerry Garcia. But But I don't know if this establishment has rules on setting things on fire within the building.
Okay. Well, then here's another one. Ring of salt around you. Apparently, evil spirits can't cross salt. Remember?
Now, can I use my favorite salt? I mean, is the pink Himalayan good?
I don't know. I don't. All I see is iodized salt every time it's used.
Well, if I'm gonna have a nice chicken sandwich or something before bed, I need a little pink Himalayan. I'm not going that trailer park table salt. What's next? Plain yellow mustard?
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
You want me to put that on some white bread, some enriched flour? Come on. You get one life, people. Stop living like that. You don't need plain table salt. Get out there and get some pink Himalayan. Peasants. Anyways.
Try some black garlic as it is too. That shit's good.
It is. I had salt with black garlic flakes. I went through it already, but it was really good.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of that. That looked really good, actually.
And that's how I'm making sandwiches over here. But anyways, enough with the salt and the sandwich. Myself, you, if you want to, whoever, we can go investigate some real good old down home ghosts. And hey, something may happen.
Well, hey, I'm down to do that. I'll even bring my book, The Dangerous Games to Play in the Dark. You and me can fool around with that.
Well, I'm gonna have some equipment and stuff. I was gonna say, I was gonna get into the whole thing in the previous conversation with Larry and I about ghosts interacting with us and us not interacting with them. I'm gonna leave that alone. I want people to go back and listen to that episode, Paranormal Investigation. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. It's just myself and a paranormal investigator. It was that
I'm gonna listen to it tonight.
First time that I spoke to this guy. Seems like a great guy. Now, I went into this, and Larry, you might listen. I don't know, and I'm not stereotyping everybody because I find this sort of thing interesting as well. I pictured somebody a little more eccentric. Larry seems like a fairly down-to-earth, reasonable, normal, grounded guy that's just into this. Which I can think of far worse hobbies that I probably can't name because I don't want to have to edit them out of the video. So that was that. We've covered South Korea is getting the new UFO Dollar General. That's satire. That's not an actual claim. I don't know if I should. I got to put that out there. And what else? We talked about the previous podcast with Larry and the investigation. Now we're going to record, we or I or if, whatever. There's going to be video recordings of these, and that's going to make for great podcasts and videos.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
There will be YouTube live streams and so on, which takes me in to my next point that I want to make. Now, Butters, check this out. I was sent something by YouTube. I'm in some beta testing program, so I've been accepted for that. I don't know. I mean, if it leads to monetization faster, that's fine. But I've also been granted the access to live streams. So I can stream live as of 24 hours from the request, which was this morning. So as of tomorrow at some point, 10, 11, 9, 12, I don't know, something around there, I will be able to stream live on YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
Now, I plan on doing so, and I plan on doing so for like 10 hours straight at some point. I need to go in and set up account information, not because I'm looking for people to throw me super chats for cappuccinos, but, this is paranormal. Do I think there's a good cause to donate money to within the paranormal? Everyone listening is going to hate this, but no. Buy your own toys to go ghost hunting. I don't know who to donate to there. But I would say that everybody in the community are really good people that I've met. And if I ever do put anything up where people can send, how they do. Have you seen that, Butters? People they can gift you on YouTube, like I think they're called. I would do that, and I would put in there, and then show in the next live stream or a video. I would donate that money to someplace local. Probably in my community, there's a lot of food banks and other good causes around here. Because I'm also in the public eye. I'm a freelance media photographer, so I guess that works. That helps out in many ways. But that was that announcement. Was that I'll be able to live stream, and I hope the ultimate goal from that is that it's going to draw more attention to the channel. Like I will stare at people for 10 hours straight. I will sit here and stare at them.
And let you know, guys, he doesn't like people. So for him to do that, you might want to catch that.
If you could see me right now, I'm doing that little heart symbol with my hands. I'll put it up on the video here. I'll put a little heart symbol so you know I'm telling the truth. Because I may hate people, but I'm showing some love. Oh, wait a minute. I just took a sip of my Powerade Zero and I didn't announce it. We're gonna do this again because it's a reoccurring theme and I know everyone loves it. Butters loves it too. This is a little ASMR for everybody. Ready? That's popular. I think it's what it's called. Hold on. Here it goes. ASMR. Powerade Zero. Hold on. Quiet on the set, Butters. I want people to really take this in. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear that? That was blue Powerade Zero, and I drank that very slowly and seductively for everybody.
I have a Dunkin' Donuts Golden Hour Lemonade Refresher.
The jokes I can make, and I would even point back to South Korea, but I'm done. You know what I'm going to say. I'm not doing it. I'm not making the joke. I'm not, people. I see a few people that popped on. Like, I've seen the number one a few times. Like, someone will come in and be like, oh, they haven't gotten to the point in 10 seconds yet. So they leave. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have any AI on here for you to watch. There's nothing shiny. You even have to disregard what you're looking at in the image because it's meaningless.
Yeah.
Take 30 seconds, read the description. Some people can read. Read the description. It says that it's audio recording for a podcast. So this isn't interesting. If you're on here, don't worry about it. Go watch a cat video. This isn't for...
The only thing that really connects it is that my video is out the window pointing at the sky, and we are talking about UFOs. So.
Oh, so what? Yeah. So what if a UFO landed out there? You're all going to miss it because you weren't patient. They weren't patient. They didn't see the UFO. Hope you guys are happy with yourselves. You just blew it. You blew the only chance. Missed it. It's gone. That's it. We might as well just end it now, Butters. Okay. I'm sorry. A little ASMR. We've ostracized a few more people that put in a good 3 to 5 seconds listening. And now we're moving on. I'm going to say that we've had several comments from various Facebook paranormal groups. We've had some emails. There's no emails this time, but I do have in front of me 2, 4, 6, 7 in total, 7 comments. I will only use first names, and they are from paranormal groups on Facebook, and that's out of the whole bunch of them. I'm not going to call them out either. I don't want people connecting people and anything like that. I'm not going to be responsible for that. But now we've had a lot of people write in one fashion or another. One that we mention quite often is Leo. We're not going to say anything about it. You want to find out about Leo? You have several videos to go back through because
we talked about him through like 3 or 4
podcasts. I'm sorry I still say video to everyone. There are going to be videos eventually. There isn't right now, and this is not going to be a video. There's going to be an overlay. There may be some imagery, but it's an audio podcast. But anyways, go back, listen to those, and see what you can find out about Leo. You're not going to be disappointed. None of that came through, but I think what Butters is saying is go back and take a look at what Leo.
You'll enjoy it and get a good kick out of it. Trust us. Either that or you'll think we're you thought before. Either way.
Now, if anybody sees me throw up a redacted little strip there on the static image on the audio feed going on to YouTube, that's because of some of Butters' potty mouth here. We're trying to be a more family-friendly show. I will say, though, I'll say it here because it's listed on YouTube as well. My entire channel is listed not for kids, and there are a few videos that say 18+ restriction. That's probably for a good reason. You know, unless you want us telling your children that Santa Claus is not real, don't let them log in. We don't want to be those guys.
Nope.
Let's get to another reoccurring email. Oh, God, the person that just logged on for 2.5 seconds is going to miss this. All right, well, anyway, Julia wrote us back. Now, do you remember Julia's previous, it was not an email, it was a comment on a...
we were annoyed.
Yeah, she said that she liked the subject matter. The audio was crap, and we were annoying. Now, the audio, I'm using a relatively expensive, at least in my opinion. I paid $120 some for a headset. Is that expensive? I don't know. I'm not a video computer gamer guy. Okay, I'm learning YouTube as I go. 125 or something bucks for headphones, maybe nothing. That might be poverty level, or that may be really expensive. You don't even have to write in and tell me because I don't care. I don't care. Butters here, he's talking. I think he's got some cotton wrapped around an old microphone he found out back, and he's making it work. And this is what we're working with. So Julia, we're sorry about that. We're glad you like the subject matter, and we questioned why we were annoying. Well, she got back to us like 3 podcasts later, and it says your voices are annoying. Period. So, I mean,
something about your face. Change your face and you'll be good.
Well, this is an audio podcast, Butters. She listens to us, and our voices are annoying. I'm not going to.
We can't change our voices.
I'm not going to disagree with you, Julia. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not going to keep going at that either. I get that at 45 years old. I don't care if I'm annoying. Don't listen to me. Like I wouldn't listen to me. What are you doing? Go log off and go watch a cat video. There's got to be something AI and shiny on TV. Hey, there's a UFO in South Korea. Go type that into Google. That's interesting. Okay, and on to our next one. We have a new guy that commented on a post in a paranormal group. Bill. Good, solid, simple name, Bill. All right, Bill says, why do you keep posting these links? Wow. Do you want the smart guy response or the obvious one?
Let's just get the smart guy.
I don't know, Butters. Bill, we post the links because we want people to click on them. The same reason you post pictures of your little miracles on your page, because you want other people to see how great your life is and enjoy it with you.
Or make people think how great your life is.
Yeah. You don't care about our podcast any more than I care about where you took vacation last year or what you drive. Or not that I was trolling your page. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's not like me. It's not like me, Bill. Come on. Anyways, next. That's not really relevant. Let's move on to JD. Okay, JD says, I don't have YouTube. That's it. I don't have YouTube. Well, then I guess you're not going to see, or not even see, you won't hear or see anything from us on YouTube. Who doesn't have YouTube? Is that a thing?
I thought you could get YouTube through Google and shit.
I don't know. Everybody in their 70s, 90s, everybody has YouTube. But anyways, JD doesn't have it. I think he's just he's cracking wise,
I think
JD's cracking the wise. Which moves me on to Neil. Now, Neil has a good comment here, a constructive comment, which takes me back to something that I had just said. Neil says, live streaming on YouTube grows your channel faster. I was just granted access for live streaming, and I plan on taking advantage of that tomorrow. I hope everybody except for Leo enjoys it, and a couple of new entries. I hope they don't enjoy it either. The rest of you, you're not even going to hear this, so. Butters, who are we talking to?
I don't know anybody.
All right, we'll pretend there's some ghosts. Anyways, Neil, thank you, and I plan on doing that. Let me skip this one, and I'm going to read the next one, because the one before it and the one after it came on the same post as the one in the middle, and you're going to see why these top and bottom one. Anyway, let's skip down to Miguel. Now, Miguel writes in, where is it here? Oh, okay. That makes no. I think Miguel is a troll, because all he says was contact, and he had given an email link, and I put on there redacted, because I don't know if that link's affiliated with him. But he said to contact them to save up to 85% on my car insurance. Wow, I'm telling you, this show is big.
Yeah.
This is big. Anyways, if anybody wants to save on their car insurance, and you know who I'm talking about, go talk to Miguel. I hear that he's the guy that actually insures the UFO in South Korea.
Yeah.
So, now, this is where you're gonna want to dig your heels in for this one, Butters. Both of these comments were from anonymous people, so I couldn't check back on their profile. There's no way to tell anything who they are. Facebook, I will give them credit. They do, as long as you know what you're doing, they have a pretty excellent security wall that you can set up so nobody can get through to you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Oh my God, that's the first shout out for Zuck there that was positive. And now I don't know if that's because they were forced to eventually or it's always been there. Technology's not my friend, but they have a good security wall. So anyways, Miguel, auto insurance, whatever. And now, Butters, we have the 2 anonymous comments.
All right.
Now, before reading these comments, you remember, and some of the listeners may not, but I'm not going to say everything because they need to go back and listen to the podcast to know what we're talking about.
Okay.
We have had a few incidents with some spooky things said and sent to us in regards to things that have happened, particularly to me, one event, and pertaining to Butters because there is a time frame that fits an aspect of his life. Nothing else said. Go back and listen. It's fun. Maybe not for you.
It is actually kind of weird.
Once they figure it out, it is. Which leads to these 2 comments. Now, the first one is from Anonymous, and it says, running over the same old ground. Now, that's a comment that is a song lyric from a Pink Floyd song, if I'm correct. Running over the same old ground that we found year after year. You know the one.
Yeah, I don't know who sings it.
2 Lost Souls, Women. I said Pink Floyd.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll agree with you because I'm not sure.
No. I know who sings it. I just couldn't think of the name of the song. But that's a song lyric from Pink Floyd. But the lyric being running over the same old ground, what was going on had something to do with a travel of mine. So is that what it's about? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it just means that we're talking about the same thing over and over. We're going to have to leave that one up in the air. There's no way to tell. But the other one, okay, Butters, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here's one that we can take to bed with us along with everything else that we've dug into.
So this is going to be our ending. This is how we'll end it right here.
This is it right here. We're going to do this, and then we're going to just talk a second, and then we're going to close this up.
Yeah.
This anonymous comment on a post on a Facebook paranormal group, it says, did you ever figure out that coded comment from your Not a Wrong Turn video you posted on April 8th, 2027?
What?
So I learned that it was not a wrong turn, and I make another video about it next year. And ironically, that date, April 8th, is the date the solar eclipse happened in 2024.
Yeah.
And I posted it on that date next year, 2027, allegedly. Which is 3 years apart, which is 3 minutes apart from the time lag in the email and the time that I had sent it to you. There's a lot of numbers connecting here. But did you ever figure out the coded comment from your Not a Wrong Turn, that's in quotations, not dash a dash wrong dash turn, quote, in quotation, video that you posted on April 8th, 2027? Could somebody have just mixed up the name of the video and got the year wrong? Maybe, but that's a little uncanny.
Yeah.
Okay. The rabbit hole has no bottom.
No, it doesn't. And like I said, if you want to know how I'm wrapped up into it, go back. It has something to do with my with the time.
Right. I mean, this is about something that happened to me in one of my travels, but for some reason, I don't know if it's directly tied to it, but it seems to be. I don't see how you would be tethered to me in this happening, but apparently, at least as it sits right now, there's some significance with a certain time frame, and none of this makes sense to anybody that's listening. I know you guys log on, you stick around for 2 to 5 seconds, so you have no clue what's going on. Oh, I'm not gonna vent. Anyways, that's the email. Butters and I are gonna think on this. Everybody go back and listen to some of these podcasts because, like I said, It's getting spooky, and the rabbit hole has no bottom. Well, that is
well, a rabbit hole opened that we had no idea was going to open when we first started doing this.
well, something opened, and that may have been what led to the assumed event of mine.
Yeah.
That, of course, led to this. Oh, here's something in closing. What potentially could have happened between the point A and B and that time frame that you were talking about was also mentioned as a question on the previous podcast with the paranormal investigator, and he knows nothing of it because he hasn't watched any videos yet.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to stop blowing. All right. Butters, this was episode 7 of the Caveman Chronicles Paranormal Podcast. I have it sitting right now as Paranormal Times. If that changes, well, you're going to know it as soon as you see the video, and just disregard that. Episode 7. And I'm signing out with cheerio.
All right. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed. We had a lot of fun, regardless of whether you did or not.
I'm out.
Peace.